Hi everyone, this is CricketSong with Lunar Wisdom, and you're watching Starting Out Solitary. This video is going to be my introduction to the collab. So as I said, my name's CricketSong, and I am from the channel Lunar Wisdom. That is my personal channel. I am going to be your sub-host on sub-week. Wednesday will be my day, but I'll be filling in if, as the other sub-hosts do, if there is someone that cannot do their usual day. That's what us sub-hosts are here for. I have been making YouTube videos since 2009, and as I mentioned, you can find my personal channel over at Lunar Wisdom. Tara, Lippy Witch, and I last year, the year before, used to do the Sacred Circle, and we were co-hosts of that live stream, which can be found. Some of the shows are still available in a playlist on my channel, so go check them out. I reside in the United States. Right now I live on the East Coast in New England, in Massachusetts, but this year my family and I are going to be relocating to the West Coast. We're going out to Washington State, probably around the Seattle area. So that's going to be a huge transition, which will definitely affect my spirituality and is actually affecting my spirituality at this time. And will continue to do so. So hopefully that'll be something you will experience as I make videos here and talk about my spirituality with the topics that are being addressed here on Starting Out Solitary. By profession, I'm a tarot reader, Reiki master, and published author. I write fiction and nonfiction books. You can find them on Amazon. You can look up my other YouTube channel for some trailers of those books under Sherry Bro Kreitner. My spiritual views are really polytheistic in nature, but are also pantheistic. I do believe in a pantheon of gods, many gods, but I also believe that God, or all that there is, can be found within everything that is manifested or created here on the earth. I grew up Roman Catholic, and then in my adult years, after a pretty emotionally messy divorce, I broke off with the church and really became agnostic for a few years before I then joined a Methodist church, and after that I joined and was baptized a Jehovah's Witness before finally finding my place within paganism. And I started studying in 2003, 2002, and self-dedicated and self-initiated into a non-traditional or an eclectic practice of Wicca in 2004. In 2011, I birthed a coven, Lunar Wisdom Coven, and I was high priestess of that coven until 2016 when the coven dissolved. And I also, during that time, within, I think it was like 2014, I birthed an online version, like an online coven, Wisdom of the Crescent Moon, and that ran for 2 years until dissolving in 2016 as well. So I started out solitary in 2004 and did that for like 6 years before I started working with groups in a learning circle and then birthed a coven. And now, since 2016 up until this point, I've been solitary yet again. So I have a perspective of what it's like to work in a very casual group as well as working within an established coven. And that coven, Lunar Wisdom Coven, was Alexandrian in flavor, meaning that we did not claim any lineage, but a lot of our practices, a lot of our working, a lot of our foundation and our beliefs were sort of Alexandrian in nature. But I myself claim no lineage either. So I'm in transition myself, my spiritual practice, although it still resembles, and I still hold some beliefs that Alexandrian Wicca has, I find that I am really transitioning into something else. I had a matron and patron. My latest or last matron and patron were Danu and Kernunos, but at the present time I have no matron and patron, and I find that my practice really, within it, I work with the spiritual realm, spirits, the ancestors, my beloved dead, primordial forces of nature, of life and death, of mother and father, really old primordial energies, and the spirit realm. I'm working a lot with sound vibration and the absence of such, silence. That's where my personal practice is really going, along with the elemental forces. My magic really incorporates that. But I do see the possibility of even more transition as myself and my family move from the East Coast, where there's 4 seasons, to the West Coast, where it's going to be very different. The land that we reside in will change and transition. So I do anticipate some changes within my own spiritual practice and witchcraft. I do and still identify as witch, meaning that I practice witchcraft. But some of my beliefs also incorporate some New Age thought. I utilize the law of attraction. I see it very hand in hand with witchcraft. I feel like they really coincide very well. I feel like they work together, and that's where I'm coming from in a spiritual sense and in a practice. I am the mother to 2 children. My daughter is 16, my son is 20. He still lives at home. He's graduating college this year. And I live with my husband. We were legally hand-fasted in 2008, so we will be celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year in May. Legally hand-fasting, what does that mean? Well, it was a hand-fasting ceremony done by the high priestess of a fairy tradition coven, or a Celtic coven they do have lineage, a traditional coven. She hand-fasted us, but did so in a legal way. So she was able to go get permission. You can apply for a 24-hour license here in Massachusetts and Rhode Island, where we got married, and legally marry someone. So she did that. I do believe she's an ordained minister as well at this point, but I don't know if she was then. So she legally married us in a hand-fasting ceremony. That happened, like I said, in May. It happened in a nice, beautiful state park, Colt State Park in Bristol, Rhode Island. That's where we were married. So I guess that's all I have to share with you. I look forward to being part of this collaborative channel and working with all the wonderful hosts, many of which I watch on their own personal channel, and the others that I was not familiar with. I look forward to watching them and working with them on this project. Thank you, Lippy, for allowing me to be a part of it, and I look forward to sharing my opinions, thoughts, experiences with you all. Until next time, I love you. Blessed be.